Hey, good morning, y'all. This is Rodney, and I'm back. And baby, I'm headed to work. Ooh, girl. I just want to come and run my mouth just a little bit. A few things have transpired over the last couple of days, and I've just sat back and watched and listened, and I just wanted to see what people had to say. And to be honest, a part of me, I was just like, I don't feel like talking about any of that because, girl, it's just draining, And nowadays, I really try to keep my spirits up, and me talking about certain things is not going to help what I'm trying to accomplish. Before you even asked me, no, I did not watch that video. I talked about the video with my sister about George Floyd, which is a very sad situation. But I did not watch the video. Girl, I don't even go to funerals. So if I don't go to funerals, what makes anyone think that I want to watch someone die? But I really wanted to talk about Miss Amy Cunt, the white woman in New York City who told Christian Cooper, who is a black man in New York City. He is very accomplished, might I add, very nice looking. I'm going to try to post a picture. Christian Cooper look like he got strong hands, baby. Real strong hands. He is a member of the LGBTQ community. He has a very impressive resume, okay? I was listening to Erica De Niro TV's video, and she ran down his resume. I say, yes, ma'am. I said, she got the right one that day. The right one, okay? So Christian Cooper was back. We all know the story. I don't need to go into details. But Christian Cooper was bird watching. There was a white lady in the park named Amy Cunt who had her dog, was not obeying the law, and did not have her dog on a leash. Mr. Cooper just wanted Miss Cunt to put her dog on a leash because in order to bird watch, the birds have to be there. And more than likely, if your dog is, running around, then how are we going to bird watch? And plus, again, it's really just, you should be obeying the law, right? Because y'all tell us when we don't obey the law to go back to where we came from. So, Amy Cunt and family and friends, since you don't want to obey the law, you should go back to where you came from. Now, before we get started, I don't want to hear nothing from nobody talking about all white people ain't racist. All white people ain't racist, just like all black people ain't criminals, thugs, and lazy. However, you might not be racist, but Amy Cunt, she damn sure is a racist. And her father, it's a possibility that he is or was a racist. And her great-grandma, and her great-great-great-grandmama, and her great-great-great-great-granddaddy. So while you might not be a racist, Mr. White Man and Mr. White Woman, thank you for watching. While you might not be a racist, it's a chance that your big papa was a racist. It's a chance that your big mama, your grandma, was a racist. It's a chance that your daddy and mama were a racist too. So he asks Amy Cunt to put her dog on a leash. And she gets so upset and offended that she tells this man that I'm going to call the cops and tell the cops that an African American male is threatening me. When I tell you, Miss Cunt picked up that phone and called those white folks. When I tell you white people call the cops like it's customer service, and call those white folks and changed her voice and pretended that somebody was chasing her in her own home. When I tell you she put on a Oscar-winning performance, she told those cops that this African-American male was threatening me. And the simple fact that she even told him that the white boy is running down, before she even picked up the phone, the simple fact that she even said out of her own trap mouth that cock-sucking mouth, you know they love to suck cock, that she was going to let them know that an African-American male was threatening me. Like everybody been saying, that's a hate crime, and that's just as simple as you can put it. But this is the thing that we need to stop forgetting, and I actually forgot this for a very long time. White people are really the most dangerous, most violent people on this earth. Like history shows us that. Like they really are. Do you know how much shit we would have to do as a black community to even catch up to the shit that white people have done? I'm talking about beating people, raping people, sicking dogs on people. Everything that you can think of underneath this sun, baby, they have done over centuries. But swear up and down that black people are the ones that they should be scared of. Baby, you can literally pick up the phone and put on your best white woman voice and have my brains blown out of my head in 2.5 seconds because you told a lie. That's how much power you have at the tip of your tongue and at the tip of your fingertip. So I think that black people, we need to start realizing that, first of all, we ain't dangerous. We ain't lazy, because we wasn't lazy when our ancestors was raising those goddamn children and cooking and cleaning and building this country for free. Like Angela Rye always said, we built this joint for free. We wasn't lazy then. But they have this warped sense of reality where black people are lazy and black people are dangerous, and they have to clutch their purse when they see us walking. Bitch, you could do more danger to me than I could ever do to you, bitch. And that's just true too. Christian Cooper, you lucky. You know, you're one of the lucky ones. Because there's a chance that, you know, you could have been one of those, you could have been the one who was walking with some Skittles and an Arizona tea in your hand and end up dead. You could have been the one who was sitting in your own home eating some ice cream and a white woman say that she thought she was in her apartment and kill you. You were one of the lucky ones. So I'm not exactly sure why your black ass want to open up your mouth and feel any sense of empathy, sympathy for this white woman. Now that black girl fine. Look at this black girl. Y'all see her walking? Girl, that black girl has so much body. So I'm not exactly sure why, because he made some statements about, you know, he didn't think that, he thought that what she did was, you know, I'm going to put the article in the link in the description box. What she did was horrible, but he didn't think that she may have deserved everything that she got. Why? But then he also said that he wouldn't want to sit down and talk to her. There's nothing to talk about. Like Christian Cooper, like, you know, I know you're a very intelligent man just based off your resume. So you knew exactly what could have happened. I mean, it's a reason, in my opinion, it's a reason why you took that cell phone out and pressed play. Because you knew what that white whore was about to try and do. You knew what she was about to try and do. That's exactly why you took out your cell phone and hit play. Because you knew what Miss Cunt, the stunt, she was about to try to pull. This is the problem with people. And I've been saying this forever. White people want to do everything underneath the sun that's considered racist, but don't want to be called a racist. Black people want to do everything underneath the sun and not want to be called homophobic. And then you have, for example, let me just give an example, right? You have black men who are alive. I just want to throw this in here real fast and we're going to get back to the story. You have black men out there who say that black women are going to be the demise of black men. And then a few months later, your black brother is murdered by a white racist cop. And now those same black women who you said were going to be the demise of black men, you want to rally and holler and scream and shout. So you have to be real careful about what you put out in the world, right? Because sometimes it can come back on your ass tenfold. And I'm gonna leave that at that. Christian Cooper, don't feel sorry for that white whore. That bitch was trying to get you killed. And you know she was. I don't know what I would do if something like that happened to me. I know for a fact it wouldn't be the Christian Cooper route. I really just want to, because I don't want that to happen to me because, girl, like I said, Christian Cooper, you lucky. You one of the lucky ones. Because we know how this usually turns out, right? So, Christian, you one of the lucky ones, my dear. And then people start to act like they don't realize why black people feel the way they feel towards white people. Because of shit like this. Y'all know what y'all can do. Y'all know exactly what y'all are capable of. Y'all know the power that y'all hold. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. And the thing about it is, Amy Cunt, she ain't the only white bitch out there that's like that. Her friends are probably like that. Her sisters are probably like that. Some of her co-workers are probably like that. Okay? Not probably, are. There are other people out there, are other Amy Cunts in the world that are just, they know exactly what to do and what to say. They work at the grocery store. They work for the police station. They work in the government. They work at the high schools and middle schools and elementary schools. They work at the mall, okay? They work at the pharmacy. They work at Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Raising Cane's, Chipotle, all the places I like to eat. They're everywhere. She ain't the only one. She ain't the only one. Let me stop and get me a bottle of water. Then I can come back and wrap this up. So we ain't got to talk about that bitch no more. I wanted to be real sound and sober when I made this video. I didn't want alcohol to be an influence on the shit I had to say. I'll be right back, y'all. Okay. So yeah. At the end of the day, they exist, baby. And they know exactly what to say and do to get the results that they want, right? We know it. They know it. Now the bitch want to cry. Like Portia say, you're nobody's victim. You're nobody's victim. Bitch, you ain't nobody's victim. You knew exactly what you were doing. You knew exactly what you were trying to do. It didn't work out for you that day. Sad thing about it is, girl, if they would have been in third water somewhere, girl, it probably would have worked out for her that day. That's the real fucked up part about it. White people, y'all gonna have to do better. But they're not gonna do better because they don't think it's a problem. You know how many white people try to erase history? Like they'll try to, like they don't want to talk about, like, girl, when I say white people will try to erase history, history, yes, I say history. Girl, that's a shame. That is a damn shame. And then to see, then the real gag is, you see people on the internet really defending that whore. Or even in, the George Floyd situation. Like, I have my own thoughts or whatever, but it's sad that that man died. It's very sad that that man died. And you have people, I've seen white people out there trying to give demonstrations of how a knee on your neck can't kill you. That's the type of shit that people be talking about. You want to give a demonstration of how a knee in the neck can't kill you? Well, bitch, let me put my knee in Amy's neck and see what happens. Let me put my knee in your son's neck and see how outraged and upset you can be and see what the fuck happens. Y'all white people are crazy. Crazy as fuck. Do you hear me? Y'all hoes need therapy. Delusional as hell. I remember one time a little white boy called. I was at work, y'all. This was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I was at work, and I'm not gonna lie, I used to always think that I didn't fit the definition of like the black man, like the thug. And so I thought that I was not a threat to anybody, honey. But if I walk around here with my loafers on and my little skinny jeans and my V-neck shirt and my man jewelry, and girl, ain't nobody paying me no attention. And then one day I realized, baby, you are a nigga. You are a nigga. Baby, you are a nigga. Baby, this little white boy who was probably about 4 or 5 years old, I was on the escalator, and him and his mama was in front of me. And baby, she was holding him. Some kids are scared to ride the escalators. Some ain't, girl. Some of them think it's an amusement park ride. And girl, baby, he turned around and looked at me. I'm looking at my mobile, girl. He turned around and looked at me and said, "Mommy, there goes the mustard." When I tell you, that little white boy broke me down. And at that moment, I realized, baby, I went and told my coworker. And I was like, girl, this little white boy just called me a monster. She was like, you a lie. I was like, no. And I told her the story that happened. She was like, are you serious? She got more upset. I was so like shocked that I couldn't believe it. She got more upset than I was, because I was still like, this little white boy called me a monster. And when I tell you, I thought about that for weeks. And then, certain stuff will happen to open up your eyes. And then I started to realize that white people really were afraid of me. Like, and it's just not even white people, that's the thing. I remember one time, y'all, I'm walking by this department. It was like, I think it was like a Middle Eastern man and a couple, his wife and kids. Mind you, the stroller had been sitting, I saw this. The stroller had been sitting about 5 feet away from them for the longest. I see white people just passing by. Baby, why as soon as I walked by, baby, he got up and went and got that stroller? Ow! I've seen white women leave their purses on the ground to try on jackets and shirts and all types of stuff. And as soon as I walk by, baby, those white people will run over and pick that purse up and put it on her elbow. She over there trying to struggle to put on a jacket. Now, mind you, bitch, I've seen you keep that purse on that ground for about 1 minute and 30 seconds, and all types of white people done pass by. But as soon as I pass by, or as soon as I come over here in your area to try and look for something, girl, then all of a sudden, girl, you wanna go run and pick your purse up. And it made me realize, baby, you are a Nigga, and don't you ever forget it, okay? All right, y'all, let me get into this building, honey. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.